I have to be here?
Since the explosive growth of the human population, the number of trees in the world has become around half of its original number, according to research by Yanan Barreau and others published in 2018 by the National Academy of Sciences. Subsequent effects have occurred on the carbon cycle, according to the National Center for Atmospheric Research in their 2007 article titled The Carbon Cycle. The forest industries, specifically paper mill, have subsequently begun to change their methods and consider other factors. But why should we care about trees? Aside from the simple beauty, they take carbon out of the carbon cycle, and they can utilizing them better can create more cost-effective results for both people and the environment. Ultimately, it is vital to understand the way Earth functions and remember that we can find methods of sustaining both the environment and the human population. After extensive research, I have created 3 main points. Firstly, humans have had an impact on the total number of trees. Secondly, people have consequently had an effect on the carbon cycle. And thirdly, the forest industry has grown more efficient and environmentally friendly. To start, it is important to acknowledge the effect that humans have had on trees. According to Barreau, the biomass has decreased by 50%, and we have replaced the trees with 2% with crops. And the other stuff has been replaced with human materials. After understanding the effect on trees specifically, we can learn more about subsequent effects the decline of biomass has on Earth, which leads us to study the carbon cycle. According to the NCAR, the carbon cycle is the path carbon takes as it goes from plants to animals to human materials. The effects that humans have had on the carbon cycle include taking carbon out of the atmosphere with trees, by cutting down trees and utilizing them in materials, and digging up fossil fuels and burning them to create greenhouse gases. Once we understand the effects of human industry, we can begin to learn some of the ways the forest industry has responded and the basics of how they perform, which is why we can now focus on the forest industry, specifically paper mills. First, according to Cushman-Rosine, factors that must be considered include the sustainability of the creation of paper, the paper making itself, the consumption by consumers, recycling, and alternative materials to create papers, including kenaf, hemp, and cotton. Secondly, it is important to know the life cycle of paper. After it is manufactured and used, it can either be recycled, put in a landfill, or incinerated. The least environmentally friendly option is putting it into a landfill, and the best would be recycling. But incineration is also a good method because it is very cost effective. In conclusion, humans have had a big effect on the number of trees and subsequently the carbon cycle, but the industry has made great strides in creating better methods of making paper. The biomass, despite being depleted by 50%, has been grown back by the industry. Ultimately, trees are important for the environment, and people have made great strides in using them effectively.